want.
All right, so here it is, how to make a line graph. Line graphs are different than bar graphs because the line graphs are showing a change over time. As a result of this, when you have data points that you take over time, but you're only able to collect data in certain moments in time, but you're assuming that over time there could have been data points collected through the whole time, and as a result of that, you connect the dots in your graph, ergo, you get a line graph. So typically you have your vertical axis is your dependent variable, the data you're collecting, and your horizontal or x-axis is the change in time, is usually a time management. So in this experiment, what we have is the melting of popsicles. So we've got it set up where popsicle is melting. As it's melting, it drops liquid off, and we're measuring the mass of the liquid that dropped off the popsicle over time. And then we have this intense graph here because we have 3 different trials for each flavor of popsicle. So if I go here and I highlight this and I go to make a chart, once again, you can go here to chart, or you can go insert chart there as well. It's a couple extra clicks. Because Google sees that you have time in one of your data or one of your columns in your table, it knows to do a line graph. So this line graph looks a little bit intense because you have a whole bunch of information, trial 1, trial 2, trial 3, trial 4, trial 1, trial 2, trial 3 for each type of popsicle. So what we want to do is we want to clean that up, and we want to do the average of those. And I've calculated that out here for you, but actually I let the computer do it for you. Let me show you how that works. I've got to wait for my computer. It's kind of clunky today. Okay, so I'm going to have the computer do the work for me. There we go. So in this cell, in this cell here, there we go. So in this cell here, I'm going to hit equals, so I want it to do some work. So it's going to calculate something, so I put equals. And then I type in average, and then it starts typing it in for me. I want the average of the cherry popsicle, so I'm going to highlight the calculations I want it to average for me, and then I put a close parenthesis on the tail end up there and hit enter, and it will calculate it out. That wasn't a lot of work, but I don't want to have to do that again and again and again. So I can do one thing here. I can grab the corner of this cell and I can drag it down, and it'll do that same equation and apply it continually to the cells below. So it's going to pull B9, B10, and in this one it's doing B10, B10 and D10. Here it's doing B11 and D11. So you see it pulled itself through. Now, another cool trick, if you're into shortcuts, if you hit this little box right here, you double click in that box instead of dragging it down because, oh, that was intense. If I double click here, it fills it in all by itself up until wherever it runs out of text in the neighboring cell. So and then it stops there because there wasn't any text in this cell A30. So I like this. I'm going to grab that there. Copy. Oh, not copy. Excuse me. Double click off of that. Well, now I might have done it. All right, let's try that again. I'm going to highlight this cell here and make a chart. Okay. So the original setup here is a bar graph or a column graph. But since we're doing it over time, we want to connect the dots and show the melting that would have happened over time there. So we've got that set up. Let me see. Customize. Oh, there's a, man, that's really sluggish today. All right, so there's customize there. Um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the title here, and let's get our title in. There we go. So the melting of mass loss room temperature, different flavored popsicles. Love it. Your title should be descriptive. My legend, I like, but how do I fix that up? I like that. It looks good. Okay, now we go down here. My horizontal axis is good. My vertical axis needs some work. There isn't a label there. This is mass of melt, and it's in grams. If I wanted to, I could undo the italics. I could make it bold, and I could change the font here. So I'm going to change the font to 14, we'll say. Now, to make your graph look nice, I would do the same font rules for my other axis. So undo italics, bold, and we're going to make it 14. Okay. Now, I don't like to see this extra negative space up there. I think we're not taking full advantage of what we can see there. So I'm going to set my max min for my vertical axis. It's going to be 0 to 1.4. Now, when you do that, things don't look terribly great here because I lost my high value here. So what you do is you go down here and you can adjust your grid lines and how many grid lines you want to see. So currently it's set at 5. I'm going to put it at 6 and just see what happens. Now, there's no real rhyme or reason to how this works. You just got to kind of try to see how it looks to the eye. Now, I like that. Let's see if I were to change my max to 0.3. Oh, I like that a lot. And I know my highest value is 0.3, so I'm going to leave it there like that. Okay. Very good. All right, I think I've got a good looking graph. I then go ahead and insert. Okay. And there you go. You can screenshot that and put it in wherever you'd like to put it in. Or thing I like to do as well is move it to my own sheet, and then it doesn't cover up my table that I have, and I don't need to move it around. So then it looks something like that. All right, hope that helps.